This is day one of starting a real Shopify store on this YouTube channel. I've been making these tutorials for 3 years now, and mostly about WordPress and WooCommerce, but lately I've been getting into Shopify. And this time I wanted to put some skin in the game and actually get myself out there learning everything as I go. So this is not going to be a demo or just a series of tutorials with no end goal in mind. My goal is to build out a real Shopify store with print-on-demand products that I sell to real customers all around the world. I want you to see what's involved in setting up the store initially, as well as all of the business decisions that I'm making along the way. If everything works out and I start making some money, great. And if not, well, that's also great because I will have learned something and so will you. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, you can do so now so you don't miss any of the next videos in this series. All right, so the big question, what am I going to sell? And I had to think quite hard about this. So let me walk you through my process a little bit. For a bit of context, I recently became a dad. Hopefully you're seeing some B-roll of me doing dad things right now. It's been a lot of work, a lot of late nights, early mornings, a lot of diaper changes, and a lot of fun. He's at this beautiful stage right now where he's smiling at us every morning, and we just can't get enough of him. Another thing you should know about me is that I'm an expat. I live away from where I grew up and where I went to university and all kinds of things. And the combination of these factors is something that led me to the idea for my product. It's not a new idea, but it's something that anyone can do with print-on-demand services, and that's photo books. So the idea is pretty simple. Parents or family members can upload photos of themselves or other family members, create a photo book, and print it and give it to their kids as a gift, or at least show it to their kids as a way of introducing family members who might not be around them all the time. This can help to build connections and bonds for the children without having to introduce technology at a young age, and I really like that idea. Now, how are these photo books going to be printed? Well, I spent a few weeks researching different options. There's Printful, Printify, but I like this option, Gelato. Now, Gelato is a worldwide print-on-demand supplier. I think they might be one of the biggest in the world, if not the biggest. So this is the Gelato website, and they have these nice hardcover photo book products, and you can select different layouts or different dimensions for the book as well. And then, of course, you can select the number of pages, which will impact the price. So this is fulfilled, or that is printed in 17 different countries, and it can be delivered within 5 business days. Now, I already checked, and down here in the description, they obviously give you an idea of what the product is like. And then they have some regional pricing for the different regions in the world. You can see where they're being produced in all of these different countries. It's nice that they're being produced in Canada and New Zealand because those are 2 countries I'm familiar with, and maybe I'll start selling there as well. And then they also have the soft cover books. Same idea here, everything's quite similar. But actually, if you're going to buy this product, you can actually buy a sample from Gelato directly on their website. It'll bring you to this photo builder, and this is what really sold me on Gelato in the first place. So here we can see a description of the product, the soft cover photo book, the number of pages, the dimensions, and we can already get a preview of what the price is going to be before we get that ready. And then we have a file upload field. We can add text. There are templates, layouts for the pages, everything you would need to actually build a unique photo book. That is for the customer to build their own photo book and have it shipped to them directly. So given all of these preset advantages, I don't have to build anything from scratch. I can basically just plug and play, adding Gelato to my website, and then the rest is just up to me to get traffic to my website and to convince people to buy the products. That's obviously for a later video, but let's see how far we can get today just setting up our store, and let's try and get as far as setting up a product page with Gelato integrated. I almost forgot to mention another great thing about Gelato is they don't actually charge you money until you get an order. So obviously they have to take their cut, but when you get an order, that money goes through to Gelato, they pay the supplier, and you get whatever's left over on top. That's your margin. And we'll play around with the margins later on as well. All right, so we're at the step now where we need to actually set up Shopify. There are many videos on YouTube explaining how to start a Shopify store. I even made one of these videos myself. it's linked right up here in the cards. So I won't bore you with the details, but I will show you all the setup steps that I go through. So let's start by clicking on this Start for Free option. And let's put in an email, one that I prepared in advance for this. And let's continue and create a new Shopify account. Now they are asking for some payment details so I can start my free trial. I'll enter those and meet you on the next screen. All right, I'm going to start on the basic plan and I can always upgrade this later if needed. So let's start by trying the basic. All right, now let's answer a few questions for Shopify so they know what kind of store we're building. We're going to make an online store. It's a new business. We're going to sell print-on-demand products. And let's give our store a name. I'm going to call it First Pages. That was an idea I got. And Shopify is going to load up our dashboard. It says we're all set. Now, what we're going to do is add the Gelato app and link it in with our store. I think that will also allow us to add the products more or less automatically. So let's go to the apps and let's search for Gelato. It says they have a free plan available. We'll see how that goes. Click on install. Okay, that looks good. We'll click on install there and add it into our store. Now we need to add a product. So let's select from theirs. We already know what we're looking for. So let's look for a photo book. We'll start with a softcover photo book and we'll click on Start Selling. We'll quickly sign up to Gelato with a new account using our email. And we're going to launch an online business. We're going to select that we want to sell worldwide rather than selecting a single location. Photo books as our main thing. And let's finish that setup. Now, Gelato gives us 48 hours to place our first order. And this is something I wanted to do in order to actually test out the quality of the products. We'll make a real photo book and we'll see what the quality is like. I'll test it out and show you on camera once it arrives. I'll click on Connect Shopify so we can connect our store. Click on Open. A lot of new tabs. I hope I don't lose track of what's happening. Oh, cool. And now we can click on Publish Your First Product. So this is what we want. We want photo books. And we'll start with the soft cover. All right, this is my first time seeing this page, so I apologize for not knowing what I'm looking at. Our progress has been saved. Okay, so this is where I can sort of pre-design the products. I can have these design options here, design option 1, design option 2. And if I click on design option 1, I can actually add a preset design here. But I wonder if we can just continue straight to the mockups and see what that looks like. Maybe we don't need several design options. Maybe we can just keep it simple for now. Okay, so let's review. Okay, so they do want me to pre-design a photo book. Honestly, I thought this was something that the customer would be able to do on my store, is actually design the photo book. All right, so it looks like what I need for this store, what I had in mind, was the personalization studio. So customers will be able to use the product builder to actually add the photos and text that they want to their photo books and then have them printed. So I will actually click on Start Free Trial because I'm doing this for real. Now, the good thing about this is that it is free with a 6% transaction fee per personalized item ordered. We can definitely start with that. And then if we end up making some money from this store, we can upgrade so they don't charge us the 6%. They're still going to require me to add in my credit card details, of course. All right, we've signed up for the personalization, so we can continue to Gelato. And let's go to our product catalog. We'll create our first product. Let's go back to photo books and let's click on soft cover. Let's start with 32 pages. Now they have this little label here. Don't forget to enable the Gelato personalizer in the Shopify apps embeds. So what does that mean? Well, we'll go to our Shopify store and we'll click on online store under sales channels. And then under the theme, at the moment we have the Horizon theme. We'll click on edit. And then under Shopify app embeds, there's this Gelato personalizer. So we'll enable that and then click on save for the theme. And that will take care of this. Now they're asking us if we want customers to be able to add layers, remove layers, or change background colors. I'm going to leave that for now. All right, I'm going to take a minute and find some images that I can use for the design of this photo book and see if we can save it and make a product with it today. Let's hope. Okay, I don't know if this was the right thing to do, but basically I grabbed some photos from Canva and I've just added them into this design so we kind of have something to work with. I've gone through each of these pages and I've added the personalization layers so people can add their own personalization to each page like this. So I've added them all. And further down, I don't have any photos, but I've put in these sample layers, and I'll just make sure that these are all enabled as well. So these things are editable. I wish there was a select all button, but let's just do it this way. Okay, it looks like everything is going to be editable. Let's just save this as a draft. And it's now saved as a template. Okay, perfect. Now we go continue to mockups, and let's choose some of our mockups, the ones that look the best. Those all look good. And we'll continue to the product details. And here we go. Now, obviously these kinds of details are going to need updating at some point to make them more specific to the kind of product that I'm selling. But for now, I'm just going to leave everything as it is. I'll change things later if I can. We'll look into the shipping costs and everything later as well. Let's continue to prices. All right, so this is showing in Polish zloty. If I want to show it in euros, this is how much it would be. And same thing for USD. And here I can set my profit margin. At the moment, it's set to 50%, and that will show you my profit as well. All right, and let's click on publish. And it's now publishing our soft cover photo book. And we'll see how editable all of this is. And obviously there's probably some changes I will need to make as well. All right, I'm back on my Shopify dashboard and I've gone into my list of products. And we can see that this product is now active. And here is all of the actual product details within Shopify. And that's been added very nicely from Gelato. Now, one thing I'm not sure about is the variants. So I don't think I need to add the variants in Shopify. I think I add those through Gelato, but it'd be nice to have more variants available for customers. Now, let's see what happens when we click on preview. Ooh, okay. Very nice. This is showing some mock-ups of what the book will look like. Now, if I click on buy it now, what happens? Okay, so no transaction. Add to cart. Now, where is the option to edit this? That's what I'm mostly wondering. You can see the process is not always as straightforward as they make it seem. So that's been day one. I've managed to set up my Shopify store in the most basic way possible with the Gelato integration, but there are still some issues with that integration and the product personalization, which I need to work out. So if you're interested in this series, subscribe to the channel and stay with me as I upload more of these videos. I'm excited to show you guys this whole process without any kind of filtering or gaps. And I'm also excited to share with you a little bit more about my personal life as I go through this business journey. So I'll see you in the next episode. And of course, thanks for watching.